Yeah, what's going on there? Who? I'm trying to get going. It's like a Monday morning for me. I keep on forgetting to drop the join link in the description box. And then there's no chat to go to on this app like there is in the scrap yards. But it used to be there right when I first got this app. But that's the only drawback. So I've been trying to get the join link to be able to drop in the description box or the chat. But I do have an intro, so thanks for joining in. You know, you can't come here without having a little bit of an intro action, even if it's 7 a.m. reveille. Got to keep it a little mellow. Let's see what we got going on here. Holy crap. Hey, just because Mr. Cox says I'm on the road, okay, at the Telly Sock account, all right? Just because I say I'm on the road doesn't mean I'm driving. I'm telling you, these guys take it so literal, so crazy literal, man. And then Twisty, do the twisty twist twist. Oh yeah, I'm still trying to get it going here. Oh, there's a judiciary meeting going on that we can tune into later. I know, I need a little more coffee before I start doing some public speaking without any credentials or anything, right? You're going to get these subversive sock accounts coming out of the middle of nowhere saying, "You got to show your credentials, Cox. You're a quack." Okay, right? I'm on the road, dude. Everybody just chill, man. Calm down in there. Everybody just calm down in there.
Here we go. Here the fuck we go. Here the fuck we go.
I would trust Edward with my children any day of the fucking week, you freak. Just saying. Tommy, you're a piece of shit. You're a freak.
The new
Get
thing
money
that
for a penny for a lawyer for a simple meth charge. Why would you need to borrow money for a lawyer for a simple drug charge?
wait. What did you just say right now? He borrowed what?
Penny got him a lawyer, supposedly.
See, again, that's another thing. Like, why is he attached to all these old ladies?
I'm telling you right now, I love Edward as my kid.
Ed has
I
not.
don't believe he's. I'm sorry. You guys wish that he's one. No, don't show it on the film. Don't show it on the camera. Don't do that.
Oh, I've already done that. You can watch my previous streams, but I won't do it. All right. So
So you already put the information out there, and
absolutely,
it's an ongoing case.
absolutely have, absolutely. It's
Why would you put
because-
information out that's an ongoing case?
Oh, you're a gatekeeper.
No, I'm not. No. I mean, I'm asking questions because right now.
I have. Okay.
But that Edward comes to know me by that there. I've known him since 2017, of October 2017.
Okay, but did he meet you through YouTube or in person?
YouTube.
Okay, so you don't actually you haven't met him in person.
No, not yet. I would trust Edward with my children any day of the fucking week, you freak.
Okay, so
It's on my bucket list to go to Texas to meet him and to meet K-Ran, which is Karen, a good friend of mine.
So it was late at night, and there's K-Ran. I never did nothing to K-Ran either, just because she got rolled for 40K. That's not my fault. So who's the dummy?
Dear Judge Fisher, I have received Mr. Mark Randazza's April 25th, 2023 ex parte correspondence following the April 10th, 2023 hearing. It's not an ex parte correspondence, you fucking idiot. It was filed. I believe it was served to you, but it was filed in a public court. It's a public correspondence. The letter is a complaint concerning how I characterized, it's immediately present. This is the weaselness of David Schneider. He knows he's been fucking caught and called out. So he's got to try and mitigate. How I characterized the last video presented to the court without objection by Mr. Randazza. It is a simple continuation of his argument at hearing, and it is a complaint that he left out that I am unethical. You are unethical. Your unethicalness is plainly apparent to anybody watching. As to describing, notice characterizing and describing, right? So he's trying to mitigate the fact that he fucking lied to the court. He threatened to rape me. Well, I characterized it as a rape threat. I described it as a rape threat. Those weren't true characterizations or descriptions. As to describing the words used by Mr. Rekieta as threats to rape me and my client, I used those terms so I didn't have to state in open court that Mr. Rekieta, quote, is going to fuck my ass in court. In court, you fucking loser. In court, you fucking loser, liar, unethical, piece of garbage, David Schneider of Schneider-Madsen, Wilmer, Minnesota. In court kind of mitigates your entire point, you fucking liar. You lying fat fuck. You piece of shit. Garbage attorney who will go before the tribunal and fucking lie. Who will violate his ethical obligation of candor to the court willingly, openly, and then fist himself rather than fessing up. Fuck you, you piece of garbage. I can't wait till this suit is over. I can't wait to have a cordial meeting with you.
But that's all they got is the double, triple, quadruple flip off the springboard.
And be like, why are you such a fucking loser? Why are you such an unethical piece of garbage? Why are you like this? What motivated you to be like this? Because I bet you're fucking wrong. Whatever you think about me is probably based on bullshit. And I would love to talk to you about it. Because you know what? Here's the kind of guy I am. I'll still buy you a beer and forgive you. Even for being a fucking loser like you're being right now. but I will not mitigate my speech. I will not apologize. I will not back down from a fucking fight. Fuck you straight into eternity. And yes, that is a genuine bona fide rape threat for literally all of time, you dumb retard. Maybe it's you as Down syndrome. I don't know.
Sorry
But
to laugh at
fuck
that.
you. Fuck you sincerely for this shit. As you sit here and try and capitulate to the court. Well, my character, my description of the words, so I didn't want to say fuck my ass in court. I didn't want to say that. So I said rape threat, which is a criminal act, you fat fucking piece of shit. By that way, your picture on your website is a fucking lie. Why don't you take a current picture? You embarrassment to manhood, to masculinity. You embarrassment to self-discipline. Why don't you do that? I saw you the other day. You look like a pathetic loser. Still. And fuck you twice for that. What a sham you are. And I can't believe you act like this. Walking in front of the court and lying about something and then trying to weasel your way out of it. I didn't want.
Hey, Alias, good try on that last comment, trying to get me thrown off here possibly, but everything's coming through just fine. But thanks for the misdirection already in the chat. You know what? We might as well kind of get into it. That's a good spot to kind of take off from that video. The link to it's in my community section if you want to watch the rest of that. Maybe we'll watch or listen to the rest of it later. I'm audio only today on what I got going on here. And what I wanted to do is give a nice refute. Once again, these guys always try to go through either my military history or my, having no contracts. All right. Got no contracts to sit here and have a chat session with you guys. Let's just put it that way. I just feel it's like one of my obligations as a veteran to sit here and try to tell you guys some stories until they try to shut me up. Let's just put it that way. But anyways, what's being put through these little chat internet lines recently is that Mr. Cox is some type of an agent or something like that. Well, it's been happening since 2016. LARP busters, okay? Then the Mr. Telly, the Australian, jumps in there. There's some Canadians always involved. Not all of them. I just said some. But anyways, yeah, there's been some bullshit being put through about Mr. Cox through the chat rooms, which gets me banned once I start refuting back at the bullshit. And but hey, that's all fun and games, right? It's just all fun and games in that chat room. But anyways, what I wanted to do is give a quick refute that as well as them, but that's who's them, Alias? Who's them? Right? Guys that don't have credentials or awards and shit like that to be doing this. Right? Is it that important that everybody hears everybody just fine? I don't know. Am I not coming through for some reason? Huh, Alias? But good try. So what I wanted to do is every time this bullshit comes up about Mr. Cox, I give out a little bit more about myself and try to do some refuting. And that's how they boost their crypto muffin bucks, to try to keep me around to clout chase off the Cox. And then what I do is I refute it, and then I go fishing for a little while and let them have their way through these chat lines and so forth, right? But what I do is occasionally refute some bullshit. So it's being put out there that I work for let's say an agency or OGA, if you know what that is, and I don't. Like I said, I have no contracts to be doing this, just for documentation purposes only, for my own use, and I've always wanted put together a good flick, not just these little slap clips, put them together, right? But anyways, we'll let's do something real quick. So I don't work for anybody once again. This is my own volition. No one's twisting my arm to do this, but I just enjoy podcasting, been doing it for a long time, and actually won an award in 2007, International Radio Award for putting together a production, we'll put it that way. And what I want to do though is let's go ahead and do something that I don't ever do on this channel. All right, something new every time if you tune in. But check this out. Hey Alexa, when did the Coast Guard unite with the Department of Homeland Security?
From wikipedia.org. In 2003, the Coast Guard, Coast Guard Reserve, and Coast Guard Auxiliary were realigned to be under the United States Department of Homeland Security. If you'd like another answer, just say next.
So in 2003 is when the Coast Guard went together, united with the Department of Homeland Security. Okay, that's why Mr. Fellowmon, that can't panel up anymore, is saying that Mr. Cox, because I was in the Coast Guard, works for DHS, right? He's going to put it out there on loop, right? Well, guess what? When I was in the Coast Guard, it wasn't part of the DHS. Hey, Alexa, how long was the Department of Transportation part of the Coast Guard?
From primity.com. The Coast Guard itself was moved to the Department of Transportation in 1967.
1967.
And on February 25th, 2003, it became part of the Department
And then
of Homeland
2003 it became part
Security. If you'd
of
like another answer, just say
the
next.
DHS. Oh, so when I was enlisted, it was part of the Department of Transportation. Okay. Another one that when Fellowmon goes around and has to say that Mr. Cox is trying to recruit people, he's the one that's recruiting people like Mike True 2020 and Finding Benchwarmers Live that doesn't think an enlisted personnel can fly aircraft in the Coast Guard. Puts around that I've said, oh, I've flown aircraft in the, never said I've flown aircraft in the Coast Guard, but I've gotten to fly some, outside of the Coast Guard, some interesting balsa wood aircraft without tail numbers, okay? Styrofoam, some incredible styrofoam, put it together, fly it till it breaks without tail numbers, right? Some experimental aircraft, putting out the bullshit for these guys once again to bite and chew on, okay? So when these guys go around and try to say that Mr. Cox is an operative or whatever, okay, that's my response. I have no contracts, and when I was enlisted, it was part of the Department of Transportation, not the DHS. So there's no contracts there once again. Okay. But anyways, that was fun doing that. That's all I got for you today. But what else we got here? Oh yeah. Well, have fun in your psychological operation there of destroying each other on the internet. That's Fellowmon's goal, right? Is to go around and anytime I pop up in a chat, he's going to be there to be able to, destroy Mr. Cox. That's his life goal admitted. I mean, we've got the clip. See, usually to keep it away from conspiracy or being accused of conspiracy, like Mr. Telly is doing recently in some of these chat lines, right? It's all conspiracy nutballs. Well, just to let you know, I don't talk about it until it's been proven. That's what I try to stick to and bring up as many facts as possible so people don't go around and say, oh, Mr. Cox is a liar. Then I get banned, and that's been that way since like 2016. Anywhere I pop up, there's a fight going on with a fellow mon, or then all of his sock accounts start coming out, then that way I get banned too. See, that's Mr. CAP and NVCAP, right? Just to let you know. Video sounds better than your own voice. Audio amount, you suck. All right, well, that's what they do with Subversive Socs, to come in and say, oh, your audio sucks and your video sucks and this sucks. But at one time, Alias was like sucking up to me. Oh, you're doing great work, Cox. But anyways, like I said, I'm not usually talking about it unless Mr. Cox can prove it. Just like I can prove how Fellowmon was cucking to the main supporter of the same-sex offender he tries to peddle around. It is like the pedo promote force, just to let you know. But anyways, we're going to get into some stuff here while I put out the join link if anyone really wants to join it.
So we've seen it twice now. One, it was the FBI. The second one, it was former intel officials, but the same objective, to go after President Trump and keep him from being president.
There needs to be prosecutions. There needs to be accountability. And the FBI has got to be overhauled now, top to bottom. It's got to be completely reformed. It cannot go on like it is.
A Fox News alert. House lawmakers calling for special counsel John Durham to testify on Capitol Hill next week after his scathing report reveals that the FBI had no factual evidence to investigate former President Trump for colluding with Russia in 2016.
Vivek Ramaswamy is running for president as a Republican, and he joins us now. Vivek, as always, good to see you. You know, as someone who is running against the former president for the 2024 ticket, how concerning is it for you and really everyone on that Republican ticket following this report?
This is deeply concerning, and it just reaffirms a call that I made in early March to say that the next president actually needs to shut down the FBI. This is a corrupt institution that has repeatedly revealed itself to be politicized. The same FBI that went after Martin Luther King now effectively went after Donald Trump. And I think when you have an administrative rot that runs that deep, you cannot reform it top down. You have to actually shut it down. And I think that's possible. And if you think about it, at the local level, you have local police and you have a prosecutor. You don't have an investigative unit in between. At the federal level, you have U.S. Marshals and the Department of Justice. When you have a bureaucracy that sits in between, that is a formula for corruption. And that is what we see here in the Durham report.
The FBI releasing a statement in response to the report, quote, the conduct in 2016 and 2017 that Special Counsel Durham examined was the reason that current FBI leadership already implemented dozens of corrective actions, which have now been in place for some time. Had those reforms been in place in 2016, the missteps identified in the report could have been prevented. But Vivek, how do they explain how they handled the Hunter Biden laptop then?
This is selective actual investigation and eventually selective prosecution. That is not justice. That is a perversion of justice. And what we need in the federal government, including in federal law enforcement, is reinstilling a culture of the rule of law, not viewing the law as a constraint or an inconvenience, but the motivation for actual federal law enforcement itself. That culture is completely missing at the FBI, prosecuting certain things while making up investigations on others, depending on your politics. That is not justice, and it's going to take a president who leads and is willing to take the actual hard steps, like shutting down this institution and reinstilling a culture of the rule of law itself.
You know, but Vivek, how concerned should not just Republicans be, Republican voters, but Democrat voters, all Americans be, because of this 300-plus page report?
So look, the same shoe can fit the other foot. As I alluded to, they went after Martin Luther King in the 1960s. So this should not be a partisan issue. I think it's not a partisan issue. We ultimately want a law enforcement agency that is blind to politics. That is not what we have today. And part of the problem is that bureaucracy is so vast. It's still the J. Edgar Hoover building in Washington, D.C. that those people who work at the FBI walk into. It becomes part of the culture of the institution itself. This is not constitutional. The fourth branch of government government broadly is not constitutional. And I think the next president of the United States has a chance to fix it. That's why I've been saying for months that I would shut down the FBI, but still have a federal law enforcement apparatus that actually gets the job done.
And actually focuses on helping the American people as opposed to whatever this is.
Yes.
Meantime, you were one of over 40,000 donors who gave money to Marine veteran Daniel Penny's defense fund. That has now reached over $2.3 million. What does this outpouring of support show you about what the American people are hungry for in this day and age?
I'm proud to see the American people actually rising up. You don't just vote every day, you vote with your dollars too. And I like to practice what I preach. And that's why I've been encouraging others. It wasn't just my donation. I've been encouraging others to do the same thing. Look, let's take the lesson of this day. Jordan Neely, this is somebody who should have never been on the streets free to do what he did. Abducted a 7-year-old, reportedly assaulted a 67-year-old. If the New York police departments had been doing their jobs, had been allowed to do their jobs, then this incident would have never happened. And I want to make sure that this individual, who actually appears to have been taking action for a guy who was supposedly actually issuing threats to others on the train, I want to make sure he receives a fair defense. I think it's important that we regain confidence in the rule of law in this country. And I think it says that many Americans are hungry for the same thing, which I take as an encouraging sign for where the hearts and minds of citizens across this country really are.
Yeah, the system failed not only Jordan Neely, but it also is failing this Marine. But I blame the DAs because they're not allowing the police to do their jobs, and maybe they could have taken care of this before.
Vivek Ramaswamy, great to see you as always, sir.
Yeah.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to
Oh, shit. All right, I wanted to play this one.
The 9th installment of the Twitter files has been released. This time, dealing...
All right, so this is 4 minutes. Just hang out in the background. This is the Twitter drop number 9. I'm going to add you in. Just go ahead and mute there. What's truth? And I got to take off the, yep, you got you. And then I got to take off the echo cancellation when it's done, when this is done. But this is the Twitter drop number 9. And I think it's important to play to maybe set off a good conversation here.
Listen to this. The 9th installment of the Twitter files has been released. This time, detailing how several government agencies interacted with the platform. Matt Taibbi saying, quote, the files show the FBI acting as doormen to a vast program of social media surveillance and censorship, encompassing agencies across the federal government, from the State Department to the Pentagon to the CIA. He also says that more aggressive government partners had closed Twitter's window of independence for struggling to validate their claims of foreign interference. Here to react, former acting U.S. Attorney General Matt Whitaker. Attorney General, good morning to you. Merry Christmas.
Good morning and Merry Christmas to you, Carly.
Well, the news certainly isn't stopping when it comes to these Twitter files. And now we know that it wasn't just the FBI. It was also the CIA, the Pentagon, the State Department, all had relationships with Twitter and other social media platforms as well. So what do you think the nature of these relationships were?
Well, clearly the relationship was to suppress free speech. I mean, ultimately, it was under the guise of reducing foreign influence, I guess, in American elections, especially in 2020. But you just saw the DHS, DOD, CIA, FBI, and state governments and the Democrat National Committee all had a door into Twitter that they could moderate accounts that they disagreed with or felt were too effective in communicating an opposing viewpoint to what they felt should be on the platform. And, you know, Twitter was clearly the right hand of the federal government in moderating speech.
There's an interesting Twitter back and forth that took place yesterday.
All right, let's just cut it there. That was pretty good. That was good enough to make an example out of. Just like Mr. Telly in the chat. We'll see if he wants to click the join link or maybe project from it. Oh, that's not a StreamYard's link. Did you see that? What's Truth a while back? That's not a StreamYard's link.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm not going to join. How you doing? Oh, I got to change my echo cancellation. Hold on.
Because that sounded pretty good. That was like some Darth Vader shit you're coming through with.
There, now can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, there we go. What's up, man? Hashtag Where's Linda? Campaign day. We haven't seen Linda in over a year and a half. Rumor has it she is under the floorboards in the Chomo trailer of Mayo, Florida. If you could all like, damn fellas. I mean, I got stickers and everything, man. I'm game. I'm in this to win this, man. We're gonna find that woman. I tell you.
I think he was talking to one of his half-breed alligator soldiers the other day. It's like he was when he went after that snake, he had his woman go after the golf club. Right?
Yeah.
Woman, you go get that golf club while I go get this snake over here and wrestle.
He's so proud he can beat up a creature smaller than him. The fucking tails he got off the rattlesnake were smaller than my lighter, dude.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was a good size though. Hey, how you doing today, Kelly? Have you had any sleep? Hey, Telly, you want to sound off like you got a pair?
Hey, you got bigger balls than me? Yeah? Prove it.
I don't think Telly can follow instructions very well because he's used to the scrap yards and he couldn't switch over his microphone.
This is fucking identical to scrap yards, dude. I don't
Yeah.
like fuck.
Yeah. It's got a few better features and a couple of features that I don't like not being able to. I can't put anything in a chat in any of the public chats from this broadcaster. It's crazy. And then you get guys that are amateurs like Telly here that just can't figure it out.
That's Mad Max. I gave Mad Max the opportunity to come up on my stream yesterday, and he couldn't even talk, bro. All he could do was trigger his camera on and off over and over.
Yeah.
He was stuck. Yeah, he was stuck.
It is some amateurville. It's like they need these amateurs as bench warmers that become cannon fodder. What you got going over there, man, is just, and I sent you that video the other day. I think yesterday I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. But I just wish somebody would keep the symbolism on blast that's been used. You know, I mean, that's for somebody like Urban Disciples, you know, like you thought would catch on to it and put that type of shit on blast, you know?
Yeah. If nobody knows what Gomez is talking about, he's talking about the pedophilic symbol that the FBI lists on their website as man-boy lover. It's the swirly symbol. And Porter Farmer runs around with it and is quite proud to admit that he knows it's a pedo symbol and runs with it and hangs out with the stripper D, who does, you know, put it out there that he shaves his pubes right down to the, you know, it's pretty pedophilic in the symbology department, Gomez, most definitely. That's why here at What's Truth, we're always looking for Linda. If you would like to buy some of the Where's Linda stickers to help the campaign, I mean, you can stick them everywhere. It's all over the place. We will find her. I think she's at Stripper Deez, man. I really do. She's seen that video you shared of him shaving his pubes. And I'm telling you, she was fucking gone. She said, fuck you, you old dirty farmer. I'm out.
All right, I think we got Telly this time. All right, sound off like you got a pair.
That's about right.
Here come the Socs. This panel is super cringe.
Super cringe, bro. Super cringe. Well, you can head over to Poor Dirt Farmer, Stallone. I mean, he's over there talking some real nice stuff this morning.
Yeah, Methford likes to join up with Porter Farmer and talk their trash and bullshit. Their fantasy, peddle the fantasy. Have you kind of seen the clash there with Mr. Methford and how he joined up with Poor Dirt Farmer? See what side that I was working on?
I missed that.
Oh yeah. Oh
I have a hard time keeping up, man. I got a stripper, a rat,
Yeah.
and a poor farmer that I got to keep eyes on, bro. So
I thought you caught on to that. That might be an interesting clip to go through, but
did you share it with me in the back?
I might be able to. Okay. Yeah, then you can share it because I can't share from what I'm doing. I'm on mobile. It would take me a few minutes, but I'll just explain it because I don't talk about much unless I can prove it. All right. Here comes Telly one more time. Sound off like you got a pair. No. All right. He can probably hear me. Okay. All right. And I've said this before, and I put it in the description box. I was running behind this morning and didn't put it in there. Okay, Telly? What you got to do is, because you're so used to that scrapyard, you're brainwashed to jump in there, right? Okay, on your device or whatever, you're probably mobile. You gotta close out all the scrapyard links in your browser, and then restart your phone. All right, try that, and it'll swap over your mic. It's weird, man. It's weird how this broadcaster switched over to Streamlabs all of a sudden. Like, I just used it. No, wait a minute. I think I was using the StreamYard my last broadcast. But anyways, it has been a little bit since I've used this Melon app, and it all of a sudden it swapped over to Streamlabs. But hey, What's Truth is here kicking it, right? He can jump on.
This is Melon, right? That we're using?
It's supposed to be Melon, but all of a sudden it just switched over when I logged in this morning. It was
says
it was
Streamlabs.
Yeah. So it's weird, man. But it's the same layouts. Everything is there.
Yeah.
All of my layouts and everything were there, but it's interesting. All right. Well, Telly, try it again sometime. I'll do a scrapyards for you so it's easier to join in. Yeah, I was doing a catch up on What's Truth's channel yesterday. I've been on the road.
Yeah. I did a few lives. Did a couple.
Yeah, I got to join in the other day on that. That was pretty good. So did you log out, or did you catch the part earlier where I was going through the Coast Guard versus Department of Homeland Security?
No, I had to log out. I had to go make some stickers for Linda. Anybody
that is more important,
right? Like, no, really,
that's quite important. Yep.
I got a big long, banner here that's gonna go on some lucky winner's wall. Keep your eyes open on the panels. You will see it soon.
Yeah, if she could do a check-in, just a voice check-in, that'd be great.
Something, anything. I mean, raise a hand in front of the camera one of these days. Something. A squeak, maybe. I don't know.
And that could be some serious shit too, because there is just like the Edward S side that we've been looking into, right, for a while.
Yeah. I was wondering, do you think Edward William Holiday has one of those super yachts, like the leader of the Scientology movement there, Miss Cabbage? I mean, Linda could be with Miss Cabbage's wife. We don't know, right?
I don't know. I mean, it is pretty, pretty prosperous when you can set case precedent to be spray painted as a human and set case precedent, right?
Well, they're setting precedent right now, live streaming a family. I mean, 24 hours a day. They're doing the legwork, bro. Look at Auditron over there in Hawaii holding it down, filming his neighbor. I mean.
Yep. Yeah, that's quite interesting. The way it, we've talked about this before, the way it goes from the oil slicking to now filming some families.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let's raise awareness this way and get some grubs and some clicks and the monetization.
Yep. It's a new fad.
Still no catches on them oil slickers out there. They've tried, but
and I'm quite proud to admit that there is no more 24-hour live streams on What's Truth.
All right, let's see if Kelly got it this time.
What's Truth?
All right, sound off like you got a pair.
Here we go.
Man. Well, I mean, he's a good chat room troll, but there's not much paneling up going on here, Telly. Maybe I'll just have to shut this down and go over to scrap yards for him, huh?
Yeah.
See how accommodating I am? What's true? I'm very accommodating, you know. And the refutes. Well, what you missed is Mr. Fellowon's been going around at the Soc accounts trying to say that Mr. Cox is an operative DHS, right? Working for Department of Homeland Security. Just because I was in the Coast Guard. But the thing is I wasn't even enlisted when DHS formed United with the Coast Guard. That was in 2003, and I was enlisted before then.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's fun to refute when they try to bring it up, especially this conspiracy theory crap and so forth. But
I got Glenda going around now trying to say that I claimed I was a Canadian veteran. Like it just.
Oh, that's a good one. Then they can go around and say, "Oh, yep, he's stolen valor." Stolen valor.
Yeah, that's next on the list. Yeah, what's truth?
Well, see, and it goes even further. You know, check this out. What's truth? It goes even further. This is what happened to me: is the accusation came out. So then later, after I refute it, somebody can apologize that accused me of that jumped on the wagon, then to fucking data mine me. Right? Try to be cool with me. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Then to data mine you. That's some crazy stuff. All right, Telly. Well, that's a conspiracy. See, you don't want people to talk about conspiracies, and that now you're spewing conspiracy, and see how it works. Ah, poor Telly.
I don't blame MI6. I blame them fucking Mossad agents, the Hebrew Hammers. That's who I blame.
Yeah, that's all intertwined up with it too. Oh yeah, by the way, I was going to announce today that I unlocked on my playlist the Alphabet. Is it the Alphabet Boys podcast? Anyways, the Trevor Aronson podcasts are unlocked on a playlist.
Okay.
And if anybody from Colorado is listening in that knows the CPP, the Colorado Ped Patrol guy, maybe Telly can. You got it set so I can't speak. No, I don't. See, that's conspiracy. I'll even swap over to scrap yards for you because it's the only way some brainwashed people can log in, apparently.
So you can't share video on this app?
Well, I can if I'm on PC, but I'm on mobile.
Oh, I can't. I'm clicking share, and it's only giving.
Let me see because I have to.
It's only giving me the option to screen share.
Oh, it doesn't pop up like the scrap yards. Hey, let's just move over to the scrap yards. That way, these guys want to join in, and I want to use them as a chew toy for a minute.
All right.
That way, you can shoot it over. I don't know. I thought you were able to do that before. I thought we tested that before.
Only videos. I just can't share videos. I can share my screen. I can even add another camera if I wanted to. Why I would want to, I don't know, but I can if I wanted.
Yeah, I think I noticed that before.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna light up the Detective Gomez channel with the scrap yards.
All right.
And I probably don't have any notifications. I tried some notifications yesterday, and it didn't seem like I don't know if anyone out on that channel. They got that channel just throttled down, baby. But we'll do it. I'm gonna move over to the Detective Gomez channel. You can also search Aaron V. Cox and get over there too. All right, we're gonna hang out for a minute. What's truth? We'll have a BS session.